Hello again, drivers. Are you ready to start driving, to get that learner's license so that you can be part of the driving community? I am with you all the way and I know we can do it. Keep on reading, keep on watching the videos. Any questions, post them through. We are on overtaking. So in this video, we're going to talk about when it is prohibited, meaning not allowed to overtake, how to overtake a stationary bus, how to overtake another vehicle, how to be overtaken, and sometimes there are situations which require us to overtake from the left. Alright, so there are places where it's definitely prohibited to overtake. So it's places like the curve, the summit of a hill or a rise, and anywhere else where you as the driver, your visibility is restricted. And also sometimes the road traffic sign or road marking prohibits you from overtaking. When you are overtaking a stationary bus, assume we have a stationary bus, the red one. So as you can see on the bus, you must make sure that you watch out for people who are going to the bus, like the guy in green here is running to the bus, and the guy in orange here is leaving the bus and crossing over to the other side. So when you approach the bus, make sure you check for any people leaving or approaching the bus and proceed correctly. So you can see the red car waits for the guys to cross and then it can overtake the stationary bus. As you saw there, you can bring it back. You always overtake on the right side of the vehicle. Alright? So the red car is the car which is overtaking. Before it overtakes, it must give a signal that it wants to overtake by signaling with the right turning light. And then you pass the vehicle to the right. As you can see, it passed on the right of the orange vehicle, and it must proceed until it has passed the orange vehicle by a sufficient gap before it can come back to the left side. So you need to pass to the right at a safe distance and not to move back to the left until you are safely clear of the vehicle being passed. And another important thing is to make sure you hold on tight to your steering to make sure that you do not swerve or lose control, because sometimes when you're overtaking, the wind changes might make the car swerve a little bit. So make sure you hold on tight. So that is your responsibility as the car which is overtaking. What about when you are the car being overtaken, in this case the orange car or the yellow car? Now when you are being overtaken, you must not accelerate until the other vehicle is passed. So you can't start increasing speed when somebody is overtaking you. It will make it impossible for the car overtaking to finish early and come back in its lane, and then that may cause accidents. So don't increase speed. Do not move on to the right side. So the yellow car stayed on the left. It did not try to go to the right lane, otherwise it will be obstructing the red car. So you keep on the left side and not move on the right hand side. Travel as near to the left edge as possible without endangering yourself. or any property. So you keep left as close to the left as possible, but not too close to the edge where it becomes dangerous. All you're trying to do is avoid too much close contact with the red car as it is overtaking you. Alright, there are situations where you have to overtake from the left. So as we illustrated, we already said the general rule is that you overtake on the right, but sometimes you can overtake on the left. Alright, the road is a road in the urban area and is restricted to vehicles moving in one direction. So if you can see our road here, it has two lanes, both going up and two lanes going down. So the red car can overtake the yellow car on the left because they're all going in the same direction, and there's sufficient width for two or more vehicles moving in the same direction because there are two lanes, so that's sufficient width. Alright, the road is a road in an urban area, and the road is of sufficient width for two or more lines of moving vehicles which are moving in each direction. So one of the important things with this rule is that this applies in an urban area. In an urban area, because that's where you can have situations where you can just turn through an opening. Alright, sometimes you can overtake on the left if the vehicle that is being overtaken is turning to its right. So if you can see, the yellow car is turning right, so it will move out of the way a little bit. So in that case, as red goes, it can overtake on the left. Alright, another item of overtaking on the left, as you can see here now, we only have one road with two lanes. These two lanes, one is going up, one is going down, but the lane going up is of sufficient width that it can allow two cars to pass. So what the yellow car has to do is to come as close to the line as possible, to the white line, as far to the right as possible, without causing problems to cars coming this direction. So it moves just as close to the white line as possible, because red can still fit here. Okay? So the road is restricted to vehicles moving in one direction and is divided by traffic lanes or traffic markings. So as you can see, yellow comes, parks, pushes there, and red can overtake and then go back properly to the center. Alright, so in that case, you can overtake on the left because the other car is turning to the right. So now what we want to do is illustrate this. So if you look here, any car which is intending to turn into Namibia here along this road will have to stop here for all those cars that are oncoming to pass before it can turn. So in the meantime, cars which are behind cannot stop. They will have to overtake from the left. That's why they need an additional lane here, just long enough to allow cars to go around and pass any car which might be turning here. Okay, so let's show it properly again, and you can see that all the way there is a continuous white line which says no overtaking, but as soon as we reach the opening, as you can see here, if I intended to turn, I was going to stop here where the lines become open. So here this is an opening which is allowed for me to turn. While I'm standing here, cars can overtake from my left here through this lane. Alright, so let's see if we have another situation which we can illustrate also. where you can overtake on the left. I think there's another intersection. All right, so as you can see, this is a good example. Okay, as you can see, the white car here is turning to the right, and there's a marking which is indicating right. So because there is oncoming traffic, you have to wait before you turn right until all the cars have passed. So in the meantime, while you are waiting, cars which are going straight can overtake from the left. Okay, if the cars were near, the white car would have stopped here. I would have overtaken from this side, so you can overtake on the left in such a situation. Okay, that is overtaking on the left. So thank you for watching the overtaking video. Let's continue and good luck.